Okay, good evening. Welcome. Hello, everyone. Hello. Up the back, Graham Miller, just keep the noise down a little bit up there. Stop heckling. I've got my eye on you. Yes. Okay, thanks very much for everyone coming along tonight.
What'd you say? Sorry, what'd you say?
Yes, all right. Thank you. Don't interrupt yet. I'd like to welcome those people who are tuning in on Facebook. It's important tonight because of the discussion we're going to have in a little while about merchandise. So hopefully we can get a little bit of feedback from them. Also, a very special welcome, putting our hands out across the mark. We have representatives of Club Mini Queensland here. Hooray! Christine and Naz, President and Motorsport. They've been really quite active recently with some of our motorsport events, and Dennis has been looking after them, and the girls have been having a lot of fun, and we're trying to formulate a few more events that we can share. So please make yourself known to them, and welcome, girls. Thanks very much for coming.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
No, it's fantastic. Apologies tonight. John Payne is in Tasmania. New grandchild. Very excited about that. John Tate can't be here, and Roman Miller can't be here. So, are there any other apologies?
Andrew Hall.
And Ray Alsop is in Melbourne.
Sorry?
And Ray Alsop is actually in Melbourne in hospital at the moment. He's just had some major surgery, so just a good shout out to Ray and everybody. Tell him, get well, Ray.
Ray, hello. Anyone else? Oh, Graham.
John O'Reilly. We've got no excuse.
Be interesting to meet the Phantom one day.
Okay, the minutes for last month's meeting at Brisbane BMW were circulated through our mailing list yesterday. Can I have someone who can second those minutes, please?
I'll second them.
Great. Thank you very much, Greg.
Did you read them, Greg?
Yes,
On your behalf.
Okay, it's been fantastic recently. We've been getting lots of new members, and we're fortunate enough tonight to have some of those new members along. So, if I may ask, would you mind just standing up and introducing yourselves and telling us a little bit about what you drive? Peter Molesworth, I think it is.
Peter Warboys.
Oh, Warboys, sorry.
Hi everyone. It's our first club membership today. So we live in Chapel Hill, so only 5 minutes down the road, and I work in aged care. I run an aged care company, and we drive a Carbon Sports P46 M3 convertible.
And I've already registered for the convertible run and King Ludwig's, so into it. So that's absolutely fantastic. And your wife?
And this is my wife, Belinda.
Yes.
So she'll be my partner in crime.
Your beautiful wife, you're introduced.
Beautiful wife.
Yes.
That's it.
Well, welcome along, and everyone make yourselves known to them. And anyone else, newish or returning members? Yes?
My name's Alan Top. I've been a previous member a couple of years ago. I've still got an X5, an E39. I've got a Mercedes. And Z3s I went to.
Excellent.
So, well,
Thank you for coming back. Yes. Okay. Anyone else new this evening? No. It's, as I said, it's also great to see a lot of the new members jumping in and participating in some of our events. You know, there's a lady that hasn't been to one of our meetings or events yet. I met her just recently. She's got a little Z3 and she's going on the convertible run in a couple of weeks' time. which is fantastic. Moving on, business arising from the minutes from last meeting. There's nothing outstanding, but there's just some items that are work in progress with membership and IT and normal housekeeping stuff. Treasurer's report. Roman Miller, our treasurer, is stepping down from the treasury role. He's found a conflict in the amount of time that he has available to do the role. So he's put his hand up and said that it's a bit too difficult for him at the moment. So we're in the process of appointing someone to temporarily take over the treasury role to get us through until our AGM in June. But there will be a general all points call out for someone to take on the treasury role on a full-time basis. So please keep it in the back of your mind, and if you know anyone, or if you are interested, or if you know anyone who's got the time, the skills, the interest to look after our system, we've got quite a good system set up now. As Leanne will attest, in the past it was quite a busy role, and now we've got quite a good management system in place. Also a bookkeeper who does a lot of the hard yards, so it really is, it's not as onerous as it used to be.
And the good thing is, with the actual current or programs that you can access now, like Xero or MyOb, you can download your bank statements and everything, and your reconciliations are just a matter of like tick and flick with a lot of things. And then the bookkeeper obviously goes over and makes sure all of these things are done. So the effort of continually doing treasurer has been condensed and made a lot more easier, but it still takes time. And if someone like Roman, he runs his own business, that you have to do that first, and then try and find the time to just make everything else happen. But it's not rocket science, as in, but you do need to have a good working knowledge of how accounts and everything go. Come and talk to us. Like I said, it's easy enough once you see and how the workings are, if you have the time to be able to put towards it. So please come and have a talk to us. And
I will reiterate, for Roman in particular, we appreciate the work you've done. It's been a hard thing to actually put your hand up and say you can't cope, but it's the best thing to do, because basically being in part of a club is about enjoying it. It's not about being worried about what's going on or how to cope or do all that sort of stuff. So again, anyone who has problems, please let us know, and we'll sort this stuff out so that we can all just go and have fun and drive our cars. So fantastic, thank you. In fact, our financial situation is looking pretty good. As of today, 12th of March, we have $61,825.51 in our various bank accounts, with an extra $3,147.79 sitting in a PayPal collection account. That's the general operation. That's where we ask people when they subscribe to events, register for events, that's where they pay, and then it gets transferred into the bank account. Outstanding invoices, we've got a social outstanding invoice for $620, and upcoming motorsports, $6,100 for a track day and $1,640 for a skid pan day. So generally it's quite positive. So thank you, and thanks again, Roman. Leanne.
Okay. Just for secretary, I've just still got the Office of Fair Trading. We've got the renewal for the incorporation, which was an annual thing. Until our club accounts have been audited for the year, we just have to hold that out because they have to be submitted as part of the renewal. So that's in the process. So once that we receive those back from the auditor, I'll just pay for the renewal, and we'll be on for the next 12 months, so that's fine. And the only other thing we need, we've noticed with the registration for the trailer, there's a street address that we need to update. So I'm just looking at the process of how to go about that. And then we need to look at where we will change the street address to,
Right.
which is always and it has to be someone's street address. We can't put it to our post office box. That doesn't get acceptable. They want a physical street address. So we'll just look at that and see what is the best. No. Well, Vic does have the trailer at the moment. The address, no, it was Ian Solomon's. But that would have been fine if Ian was still at Kenmore, but he doesn't own that property anymore now. So it's sort of, a little bit once disassociated. So we need to bring it back sort of under an umbrella that it's an address that is actually real for a club member. So we'll look at that and see how we go about that. But as that's all that I have in the secretary role. So
Okay. Russell.
Just run through it. Okay, so we had the movie afternoon last Sunday. We had 43 members gather at the event cinemas at Chermside to watch an exclusive screening of Brock Over the Top, as well as a special 40-minute pre-feature club movie called Club Life that Gary produced. Thanks very much, Gary. Thank you to everyone who attended that event, and I hope everyone enjoyed the afternoon. Now, the upcoming events we've got an event on Sunday the 11th of April. We've got a cruise to lunch. It's a morning tea river and lunch cruise. This event is a Brisbane riverboat cruise on the MV Neptune, and a lunch at the Breakfast Creek Hotel. Departs from the Cultural Centre Pontoon at Southbank. The cruiser that we're going on, she was built in Brisbane in 1966 and is a boutique-style vessel that carries up to 80 guests, but due to COVID restrictions, we're limited to 40 members only, so book quickly for that one. Tickets for that one are $60 per person. The schedule for the day is we're going to board the vessel at 10:15 a.m. on Sunday the 11th. We depart at 10:30. Then we arrive at Newstead Park and take a short walk down to the Brecky Creek Hotel for lunch. You can see the lunch menu on the events page. We've got menu there, but you can look that up on the events page. Then we head back to Newstead Park at 1 o'clock, get back on the MV Neptune and head back to the Cultural Centre, arriving back at 2 p.m. So that's a nice morning and lunch event there, if anyone wants to join us. It's Devonshire tea on the way from Southbank to the Brecky Creek, and we've got commentary and everything on the way as well, telling us about the surrounds within Brisbane. So yeah, that'd be great if you could join us for that event. Next event is Sunday the 2nd of May. It's a go-karting morning and a free breakfast at Kingston Park Raceway at Mudgee Street, Kingston. So we've actually got exclusive use of the raceway from 7 a.m. till 9:45, where it's only open to club members. And we're going to be serving a free hot breakfast that morning as well from 7:15. So any members that are not actually into go-karting but would like to come along, please do for your free brekkie. And then we'll get into the normal schedule. So at 7 o'clock we arrive at the park on the track. And what we're going to do is actually bring the cars in on the racetrack, and then we can have a photo opportunity with all the cars lined up around the track. We've got the breakfast at 7:15, and then at 8 o'clock we're actually going to drive the cars around the racetrack, and then we go off to a dedicated car park just for BMW Club. And then at 8:30 we've got a practice run around the track, Le Mans track, and the Schumacher race karts, which go up to 70 kilometres an hour. And then between 9 and 10 we've got the main event. So there will be four event sprint series on the Le Mans track, with changing grid orders and a pace card as well, and the sprints go over 10 laps. And then at 10:15 we've got the trophy presentation for first, second, third and last. So that's $99 per driver. So if you come along, great. You get a balaclava, some gloves, your driver registration and possibly a trophy as well if you place. So yeah, come along on Sunday the 2nd of May, even for the free brekkie. The last event to talk about is on Saturday the 24th of July, and that's at King Ludwig's. It's Bavarian Christmas and Winter, and that's at 401 Mountain View Road, Mullaney. So guys, if we can't travel this year, so we might as well bring Germany to us. It's a fantastic restaurant, authentic German restaurant. You know, we can have up to 60 people attend the event, and that will be a dedicated event just for our club. They're actually booked out every day through July and June for this event. They've got one more day left, which is Friday the 22nd. So once that's booked out, that whole Bavarian in winter is actually closed off to the public. So we're very lucky to get a day dedicated to the club. So far, we've sold 25 tickets. So be quick. We've only got 60 tickets to sell on that one. So 35 spots left. So that one there, we arrive at 4:30 in the evening or the afternoon. We enjoy the sunset with a hot mulled wine on the balcony overlooking the Glasshouse Mountains. Then we sit down for a 4-course meal. We've got authentic Bavarian entertainers who will entertain us through the night, and there's going to be plenty of participation from the club because we're going to be doing the chicken dance, the hat dance, the slap dance, you name it, it's all on that night. And we've even got a visit from Santa on the night with presents as well. So you better be nice to your Beamer. So Beamer, you're not going to get any presents from Santa.
Has anyone gone there to King Ludwig's?
Yeah.
Yes. We went, Greg and I, we went a few years ago, and it actually is a brilliant night. The food's good, the drink's good, and the entertainment. And you know, by the time you had enough food and enough drink, the entertainment is really entertaining. So if you want a good night.
And Lynn was telling us that Barbara and Klaus, authentic Germans.
Yes.
All into it.
Yeah,
they just once I mentioned that the club was coming, they just said, "Oh, fantastic! We'd love to see you here." So the cost of that is $95 per person. That's been subsidised. The usual cost is $110 per ticket. So some places to stay in Mullaney. The Tranquil Park Mountain Resort have got rooms for $190 per night at the moment. So if you want to come along, grab a room at the Tranquil Park Mountain Resort for $140. And there's other places like the Guest House Mullaney, the Mullaney Lake House, Mullaney Views Motel. So plenty of accommodation up there to choose from. And that's about it. But please go to the website. Everything's on there in detail. If anything new comes up, I'll add it to the website. So always refer back to the event pages on the website.
Just on the karting, Russell, most people probably aren't aware that the club actually has a karting trophy, a perpetual karting trophy, which hasn't been presented to anybody for quite a few years. So it's sitting on the top of my wall units down the road.
You know where it is?
Yeah, it's sitting there. So it will be there on the day. The winner gets, so the winner gets to keep it. Probably
Put their name on
it. He's got his name on it several times, so we need some competition. So it'll be there, and the winner gets to keep it for 12 months or until.
And Greg's got a special trophy, the one where the card is like that.
I don't know.
Well, that's why he got the trophy, because apparently it's very difficult to do that.
No, we've got the Schumacher carts. They're basically 16 years and above. If you've got younger children that want to come along, under 15 and under, you just got.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you just go a bit slower. That's
It's just the inertia in the corners.
Yeah. Now we make Andrew start halfway back around the track.
Just sneak some scotch.
You've got to do 11 laps to the 10.
Just sneak some scotch into the fuel tank or something.
No, it's not.
Handicap event?
Yeah.
And just to add to the King Ludwig's, we've got our own Ludwig coming along, Ludwig Summer from Summer Car Care. So we've got our own German Ludwig coming. So
Is he going to wear a crown for the day?
weeks. Just get in there and book because it's going to fill up really quickly.
should be a good night. And thanks, Russell. All those events are just fantastic. Really appreciate it. Okay, membership. As mentioned, John Payne's doing grandfatherly things in Tasmania at the moment. A couple of things. We've still got work in progress with IT and software review. What we're trying to do is achieve Microsoft not-for-profit status so that we can get some Office software that's not extraordinarily expensive, so that we can add that to a computer for John Payne to do all the membership stuff, which is struggling at the moment with software and integration, that sort of thing, and being helped out by the new IT guy, Peter Solomon. So we'll put all that together. So that's all happening. I'll just remind everyone about Wild Apricot, our management software. There is an application that you can download on your phone that will show you all the events, all your details, membership card, everything like that. It's the same credentials that you use to log on to our website. It's the same thing. So go to the App Store, look for Wild Apricot for members, download it onto your phone, and that'll give you all the information for your membership, for events, all that sort of stuff. You got it with you all the time. It will also show you your members card, which is fantastic. And we've also got a review of and redesign of our membership card underway because, again, part of the whole new logo setup. Drive report. Young Greg, step up and win.
Righto, hi everyone.
The Timsers.
Welcome along. Good to see so many enthusiastic BMW club members here tonight. I'd just like to report on the previous run that we did up to Linville and then also mention what's ahead. So let's tackle the Linville one first. So we had 58 people turn up for that event, 58 people in 37 cars, all end up at Linville. So we had 54 people who knew where Linville was by the end of the day than what they did at the start of the day.
And no one got lost.
That was a major achievement. No one got lost. Everyone behaved themselves, although Alex, you had a bit of trouble coming back from Linville, I read, so hopefully it's all sorted now.
I developed 2 squared tyres.
Really? Okay, and they weren't old tyres, were they?
Brand new.
Yeah. That wasn't in the script.
K. And the agents told me tough.
Really?
What brand?
Nixon.
Yeah.
Would the heat, because it was a really hot day that day, would the heat have,
There's been batches
You could see the
of
tread.
different brands doing it.
I should have taken a video with the rolled it along across the garage floor and it jumped. The tread had lifted off the radial.
Probably some sort of investigation would probably show that a lot of these bad tyres that have been around for a while probably all came out of the same factory around the same time, I would guess. Because there's been some other brands
From that
having
factory in
troubles too.
China. Whatever. Got it sorted, that's the main thing. So, that was a good day though. 58 people, 37 cars. We left at the Puma City Switch there at Bundamba and we went up the Brisbane Valley Highway, took the Esk Somerset Road, came up to the Diagla Highway and turned left and headed up towards Linville. That's where Linville is, if you don't already know. Okay, it's a nice little place. There's only one pub in town, so it was difficult to get lost. And it was the pub looked after us rather well, which was also a positive sign.
the food was lovely.
Food was good, beer was cold, the drinks were cold, and the day was warm. So we had a very good day, and the feedback I've received so far is that it was a very enjoyable and welcomed day. Also at the pub there, we had live music. They put on live music for us, so that was also most welcome. So there you go. That's the Linville run on 21st of February. So looking ahead, we have a BOR run planned for April 18. Where are you, Russell? April 18. So it's the week after your April 11 event. Alrighty. So I apologise for the fact that we're sort of cramming some of these in, but the plan will be to have a lunch run on April 18, starting at Capera, at the Great Western Shopping Centre, I think it might be called, something like that. They're on the corner of Sanford Road and Settlement Road. Start there, and we're going to go to Capera. No, sorry, it was a Beerwah. Going to go to Beerwah.
Not the other way.
So, this is how we're going to get to Beerwah. We're going to go up Settlement Road to Waterworks Road, hang a right, and travel all the way through to Mount Nebo, towards Glorious, hang a right, come back into Sanford, and take the scenic road through Mount Sampson to Debra, left at Mount Mee Road and go through that way. All right, got the idea? So it should be a lovely, picturesque drive, and shouldn't be, it's about 2 hours long, I think. So plan to sort of leave Capera around the 9:30 mark and get to BOR around 11:30, quarter to 12 or 12ish. Probably have a stop somewhere, like we have to these days. And that'll be proposed for Daybra. All right, we'll have a stop there in Daybra. Okay, so that's April 18. It's on the website, but it's not open to public view just yet, so it will be shortly once I get it all sorted out. The next event that I'd like to consider is the David Hack Day. That's in Toowoomba on May the 9th. So again, a week after yours. But it's a busy time of year. Unfortunately, there's lots going on, and if you want to be part of it, you've got to be almost, prepared to go out every weekend sometimes.
We're playing catch up, of course.
David Hack is the David Hack Day. It's a charity day up there at the old Toowoomba Airport. Right?
What's the date for that?
That's May the 9th. Yeah, we get 500 to 600 cars turn up. Not BMWs, obviously, but we'll have about 24 to 28 BMWs, but 500 to 600 cars turn up on the day at the old Toowoomba Airport to support the local charities in the area, put on by the Toowoomba Rotary Clubs, and it's a very popular event, and you'll see lots of historical vehicles there. And aeroplanes, right, warbird aeroplanes, yeah. You've been before, I can see. So it is enjoyable. So we hope we can put that together. We have to be there by about 8:15 in the morning. So, yeah, unfortunately, it'll be an early start, but so be it. It's only one day of the year at this stage. So that'll be May the 9th, okay? Then, the next one after then, I'd like to consider this run that's been proposed by one of our club members called Russell Maguire. He's a long-term club member. You remember Russell, Andrew? And he's proposed that we do a club run up to the barn and Scotty's garage in Flagstone Creek. Some of you may remember it or know of it, but it's just down there in Flagstone Creek, down from Toowoomba, and they've got a lovely car museum there. Okay, so I want to put that together. Again, we will start at the Puma City Switch and head up the Warrego Highway. I'll be talking to Russell in the near future, and we hope to plan for that in mid to late June, okay? Mid to late June. So that'll be something in April, something in May, something in June, and that'll do us for a while until I think up other events to sort of put, organise. However, one thing I'd like to flag tonight, because the event is 1 year away from this weekend. So what the event is the BMW Clubs Australia Nationals, the national get-together planned for Canberra and from the 11th to the 14th of March in 2022. So it's where all the club members throughout Australia gather in the one location to celebrate all things BMW. So it's a social get-together. There'll be show and shines or shows of excellence, and there'll be a track day somewhere, probably at either Goulburn Park there, Wakefield Park at Goulburn, or something else will be planned. But it's a wonderful event. It used to be over Easter. They're going to separate it away from Easter, so it's 11th to 14th of March, so that's not Easter next year. I don't know when Easter is next year, it's too far away. Haven't even got to Easter this year. So I'd like to flag it, we'll put it up there. I'd like to organise a road trip down there so we can have a 3-day trip down, 4 days in Canberra and maybe 2 or 3 days coming back. So 3, 4, 3, that's 10 days. Keep it in mind, and you've got sufficient warning. Yes, Andrew?
It's the best thing the club does. It's all about food.
Yes.
As well as driving, but
yes.
Food.
And socialising. And talking about BMWs.
The odd beverage and drink as well.
Yeah, that's right. So it's worthwhile. If you haven't been to one, here's your chance, because we rotate them every 2 years. So this event should be this weekend. But COVID put a stop to that. and so they had to defer it for a year. So they've deferred it till 2022. And so every 2 years there'll be either Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne or Canberra. You understand where it sort of goes round and round in a pattern? 2 years ago was Melbourne. Now should have been Canberra, but it wasn't to be. So there you go. It's well worthwhile. You'll meet fellow club members who enjoy, coming along to these sort of events, socialising, talking, seeing what BMWs they have, and, doing all things BMW. It's really worthwhile. So that's it from me, and that's it from me. I shall end the report there. Although I will, just one thing mentioned here. This event here that's sort of simmering at the moment, I quite like it. Have a listen to this. It says, an email sent, I am a club member and currently on holidays dreaming up ideas. In my day job, I'm the senior medical officer at the RAF base Amberley. I have a pretty good relationship with the base commander, I won't mention his name, and the senior ADF officer on the base. If we can swing it, I reckon a club Sunday drive followed by a visit to the base for an inside tour might be a worthwhile activity, particularly if we could get agreement for some exciting activities like a fast drive up the main runway. Ooh, now I've got your attention.
Is that in competition with an F-18 or something?
Yeah, we could do a Top Gear stunt. We could do a Top Gear stunt. I won't lie, getting a visit approved won't be easy, but I do have contacts and expertise in making plans like this, so it's worth a shot. You bet it's worth a shot. I hope he is successful. I'll let you know how we go.
So the author of that letter is in the room tonight, and I'd like to thank Greg for putting his hand up and doing that. We've put the application in to the commander, and first signs are positive, but there's lots of I's to dot and T's to cross before we can go ahead with it. But it's fantastic, and just the idea of something like that coming from general membership is just fantastic. So I applaud you all, and especially Greg, for doing that, because it's your club, your ideas, and we'd love to do what you guys want to do. So it's really, really great. Okay, John Fairman obviously couldn't make it tonight.
Oh, I better put down an apology.
Yes, and sponsorship, still work in progress. Russell Dean and I are doing that. We've got some great things happening. The guys that came along to our last meeting from Wrap Art, Fix a Rim, Empire Detailing, there's an event that they've got on in a couple of weeks' time, an open day at their business that I'm promoting through our website. It should be a great event. They've invited us all to go along there. It's just a morning to have a look at all of their facilities and look at some fancy cars. Okay, and editor's report, work in progress. Just waiting on tonight's merchandising discussion to fill out next newsletter with that information, send it out. Okay, Dennis, Weiss. Oh, hang on, before you go, I'll just run through a couple of things here that I specifically know about. I was approached by another club member, Andrew Williams, proposing a BMW specific make race series, E36s, E46s. There's a lot of people out there with those particular cars, and Andrew is involved in some guys who organise this sort of stuff. So we're in very early discussions about trying to come up with a situation. Interstate, both Melbourne, Victoria and New South Wales have a specific model BMW racing series. So it should be something reasonably easy to look at for up here. I've also put on our website in our events calendar on the weekend of the 7th to the 9th of May at Morgan Park, the Heritage Touring Car Championship. We have a great friend, David Toe, who races an ex-JPS E30 M3. very successfully, long-term club member, and he will be there at Morgan Park. So although the event is on our website as an event, it's not an organised event, it's just for information that if you're interested to go up to Warwick that weekend, support the race, it's on, and love to see supporting for David. Sorry, Dennis?
Just briefly on that Cup Series, if it eventuates, and I'm not saying there's other factors at the moment that could put a dampener on all sorts of things, which I'll mention, but it'll be similar to the 2.5 Cup Series that was planned by another bunch of people some time ago. So it'll be production 2.5 litre cars, which will make it nice and cheap. But anyway, backtracking. Firstly, backtracking to our track day at QR two Fridays ago. Congratulations to Roman for the outright win on the day. Did a fantastic drive. I haven't got his times, but that I will put a notice out over the weekend with all the other all the other classes where everybody came in those. And a thank you to everybody. It was a hot day, but everybody behaved themselves. We had a good, safe day, and a lot of people there from some different clubs. We're getting a lot of other people coming to our events as well now. But obviously we're there mainly to support our members. So by all means, come out and enjoy yourself at the track days. Upcoming events, there's actually heaps of stuff. The first thing on the calendar, which is there at the moment, available for booking now, there was a glitch in it, but we've fixed it, is the skid pan session at Mount Cotton on the 27th. That is the same day as the convertible cruise in the afternoon. This is a morning skid pan session. So those that don't know, it's a great way to get out there and learn car control in a good, safe environment. We've got an instructor there that can get in the car with you, and now that we've got those COVID restrictions released, and just give you the pointers. It's a slow event. The track is nice and slippery and greasy with diesel on it. So your car will get dirty, it won't get hurt, and just a great way to learn car control and realise what is happening in your car before it might let go, and just how to respond if something happens to it. You hit a patch of oil or something on the road and your car lets go. Instead of a panic, it'll just trip in and you'll go, hey geez, I've done this before, I know what to do. So it's a well worthwhile thing. 14 spaces only. It's on the website. It's $125 for the morning, and you'll get plenty of laps around the little track. Right, moving on from that, our next track day itself is at Lakeside, back at Lakeside on Friday the 16th of April. That's back to our normal sprint series. And just for those that don't know, at this stage we don't do actual racing in the club, so we're not banging door handles. They are sprints only, so you can come out there and basically drive against yourself if you want to, and we work, there's minimum separation all the time, minimum separation, sorry, not maximum, minimum separation all the time of at least 2 car lengths, so we don't want people getting close to each other. Cars are grouped not by the type of car but by the type of speed that, so if you've already got some experience and we know what times you do, but the cars are grouped by those sort of times to keep people in similar times. So you'll have different cars on the track with you, but you'll all be doing similar sort of times. Novices, we keep the novices together in a group so they don't have to worry about people heaps faster than trying to drive over the top of them or anything, which doesn't happen. We're no longer allowed to do in-car instructing with legal requirements. But what we do have is one of our accomplished long-term race drivers, mostly Simon Harricks, but others as well, that come out and do a track walk in the morning. So they'll drive around the track, get out of the cars at each corner, and they'll talk you through all your aim points, where your brake points should be, where your apexes will be, and the way you should be driving the track. I've been thinking about it, and we've decided that we are going to make the track walks and they happen in the morning before the event, before we get underway at about 8 o'clock. We're going to make those mandatory for novice drivers, because we just want to make sure that everybody's out there with the best knowledge they can get, and also any of our other accomplished drivers were always there to answer questions, and that's something that we really want to hammer. If you're not sure about something, come and ask somebody, because they'll have experienced it and they'll put you on the right track, because we want everybody having a good time at the track and not damaging their cars. Right, moving on from that one, events coming up. The Charity Day at Lakeside in June, I've got the date, I think it's Sunday the 13th, the middle of June. That's our big charity event. It's also a round of the Interclub Challenge. It's a teams event for those that don't know. It's a regularity, which is not driving flat out, but do a practice lap, nominate a time and drive consistently to that time for the day. It's a teams event, so we have 4 cars per team. We can have up to 15 teams, which is 60 people. I want to fill that 60 spaces up, so start thinking about putting a team of 4 together if you want. We had a ladies team a couple of years ago. I'd like to see a couple of ladies teams at least. I expect to see a couple of teams from the Mini Club and some of the other clubs. So keep that one in mind. And it's a general club day as well, apart from just the track event. It's a social event too. There's plenty of other cars there and interesting things. The Porsche, actually we might not have any Porsches. We usually have a very good raffle for the day, so there'll be some fantastic raffle prizes, if anything like in the past. So keep that one in mind, please. The next thing coming up then, after that, is our Morgan Park doubleheader weekend in July, the 17th and 18th in July, which is hosted by the Porsche Club. That's a 2-day event. The first day on the Saturday is a round of the Interclub Challenge. The Sunday is just us and the Porsche Club, and we'll do it as another round of our Porsche BMW Club Challenge. The problem we have is that is the first weekend of the Jumpers and Jazz Festival in Warwick as well. I found the motel that we usually stay in Warwick and is already fully booked. So anybody that wants to go up for that weekend, I will start looking into some other accommodations, maybe some Airbnbs or things. But if you do want to go up there for that weekend, get back to me, and please start looking yourselves as well for accommodation for us, because that's going to be tight. And the final thing, which is the most disturbing thing of the lot, at the QR day, I had a long discussion afterwards, or a bit of a discussion afterwards, with Neil Lewis, the CEO now at Lakeside and QR. And the problem we have is the future of Lakeside is in doubt. Again, there's only 3 organisations this year that are allowed to do midweek events at Lakeside, and we are one of them. We've been given that privilege. The weekend events are still operating, but with restriction. There wasn't a change of government at the last election. However, there was a shuffle of cabinet members, and the new cabinet member has no interest at all in the track and would probably rather see it sold off for voters. So the noise problems at Lakeside are not getting better, they're getting worse. And Neil said to me, to be honest, his words were, to be honest, if we can't get things resolved by the end of the year, Lakeside may close permanently, which is the greatest loss to motorsport in this country. So I will be investigating what we can do individually, who we have to harangue and harass to make sure that the government hears that this is the wrong decision, because they own the track. So it's getting to the point of serious. And of course, if we want to look at a race series, it's pointless until we have a home to do it at. So not a good note to finish on, but let's get out and enjoy the rest of the motorsport and other stuff. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Dennis. Okay. Was there anything you've done interclub for Vaughan?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are some other interclub events coming up, and I just haven't got the calendar for it, and I'm waiting to get it. As soon as I've got the full interclub calendar, I'll put it up on our website.
Speaking of interclub, Christine, is there anything that you've got on your calendar that we might be interested in?
Hello, thank you. Yeah, so as Greg was saying, that you're interested in going up to David Hack. I've contacted them and said that we're definitely going to go up there, so they've got us on their radar. And I was thinking, oh, well, it would be really good if we're both going up there. We might be able to meet at the same place and go up there together. Yes. And we've had someone else show interest in Scotty's Garage as well. So Nicola, our treasurer, her sister lives close by there, and she's investigating that one for us. So I was like, oh, we're on the same wavelength here.
Perfect.
Yeah. And with the ICC, Dennis has been so great welcoming us into the motorsport arena, and we're just all loving it. And the ICC, he's introduced me to the ICC there, and we've had a really great response. So we'll see a lot of BMW members through that as well. Yeah.
Excellent. We sort of come out of the same factory, but yes. Yeah. Anyway. Okay. Let's go on to all the fun stuff now. Merchandise. Oh, Alex, here's your moment. So, as we all know, big time. It's the new logo. If you haven't seen it, there it is in all its glory. There are two versions of the logo. There is the standard version with white bars, white roundel, and it's transparent. So, as you can see on Alex's shirt, he's used that version on a coloured background, and if not that version, then there's the second version, which is on a white square with black lines and black roundel. So they are the two options that we have to use on various paraphernalia and merchandise.
Gary, the roundel on the white background that you're showing there, there's no black circle in the roundel. Is that correct?
Correct. No, there's a...
That's unusual.
Sorry.
It's the whole new
That's a
weird
surprise.
That's
Thank
the
you.
new.
Okay, that's correct.
Yeah.
Design. It's
Right.
the whole new weird design.
That's been certified from Germany.
So there is black around the outside of the roundel. Is that what you're saying?
No, but the black circle, if you go to the other one,
Yes.
there's the thick black circle with the BMW word mark in the black. Like that,
Yes.
which is like the actual badge.
Yes.
Not just behind the computer, on the wall,
Yeah.
okay? And the white one has a white circle with black lettering,
Yes.
To define.
which is just a surprise.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
the circle bits and all that are transparent.
Yes.
So it takes up whatever the coloured ground is.
Sure.
We've had a lot of discussion about things that got to get done, from everything to the badges, window stickers, the lot. The most that I've sort of finalised on, I've got the logos all set up. I took it on myself to do this shirt using a blue, keeping that blue theme, with a lot of the club members like navy and the white. So that's what it looks like in that style. What is that from before? No. Okay. I think from Dennis's discussions that we could offer long sleeve.
I'll hold that for you.
That's in a t-shirt, 100% cotton, and that's a more of a dress long sleeve.
Are they 100% cotton?
That's 100% cotton.
Yeah. Can we do that?
That's not.
Can we do a polo with 100% cotton?
Yes.
That's what I prefer.
Yeah. Polo or t-shirt. I didn't have a polo. And that's a dress jacket. Again, with these, it's a matter of everyone making their minds up whether we have a mixture of colour combinations or go for a theme, like the sky. That jacket comes with sky. That comes with sky piping. So you can vary it around, okay? We can do mixed colours if need be, and all different combinations of garments. It's all the same embroidery. So there's no hold-ups on that. The only variation is if we've got a white garment the two bars and the decoration on the roundel is a charcoal grey. Okay, that's the only variations. We can do a white box around it like we've had in the past, but that's only required to go on a print fabric or a very busy fabric, for want of a word. That's the only reason. So there's all sorts of discussions which I haven't talked to Gary about, like with the window stickers. Do we do them on a black background so it looks like that, or do you go back to your white box?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if you could do this, which would sit on your tinted windows and all that, could look smart. We can have, you know, that's all different things to do. Everything from our lanyards, all these have to be rethought. We've been discussing, or Gary had, of doing our badges in a landscape rather than a portrait. So I got mine and punched a hole in it, and it works fine.
Yeah. So that's a sample of it in the landscape mode. All these things are open for discussion, and that's in the portrait mode as we currently have. The poll function that we used just recently on the to gather information about this, we'll put all these options then out on a poll so that everyone can give us more feedback on that. Alex, sorry?
That's all right. Even we're talking about the club lanyard. These were done low cost budget, one colour. It doesn't cost that much more, if you want, to go to a full colour, both sides, as a sublimated lanyard. So when we get artists in the club with their various bits and pieces to design, you know, like what you've got on your polo shirt there, that can be incorporated. So you get a bit more of an exciting lanyard. I just threw these three in. That's a piping one, again with it, using with the blue. The other one I had was just a white. That's a jacket version of what I've got on.
Let's have a look. I'll hold them if you like.
That's a BMW style vest. Theirs is 179. I can do those embroidered for you for 70. And we can do it with the cyan, the zip, rather than the red, you know, to match this. So we've got access to all that sort of things, okay? Apart from that, you've got key tags, whether we go for a hard, flat key tag. I've got samples there, domed. I can actually do embroidered key tags if you want a fabric one.
Okay, you've got the dress jacket.
Yeah.
Is there dress business shirts that we could incorporate, that we could use?
Like that, yeah.
Well, that's like a motor racing shirt.
Yeah.
I'm talking more of a proper business dress shirt.
Yeah.
You can go out.
I've got books of them.
Yeah. No, that'd be good.
The other thing that a lot of people have commented on, and Susie always gets commented on, shirts, ladies' shirts that are styled for girls. These are a couple of shirts that we got when we were in the States, and they're really quite nice, and they look fantastic. And that's one that came from the BMW factory, which is again a lovely shirt. But you know, those sort of things are also, I'm sure, they're available through Alex.
Yep.
Yep.
No problem. We do plenty of printing. Key tags, you can do that. This one I'm talking about, it's a fabric one. I actually do that for the Queensland police, because they don't like the cars being scratched. So they have a fabric key tag. So we can embroider.
No, they run them over the gutters.
So we can embroider our club logo on there. If you can look at that one, the fine detail on that is just amazing. It's not done locally, I must admit.
Wow.
Or you can do the ones with the little tags.
It's really
just
nice.
on leather.
The detail on that's fantastic.
Or a printed dome with our logo. Put on that side and then put contact details on the other.
I like that. And that's light. It's light. You're not carding metal on metal with your keys.
That's right. Because a lot of cars, the keys do scratch when they flick around.
Yes.
Yeah, if anyone's we're open to ideas. The main, probably the next trick is to get settled the window stickers, the size and the appearance of them.
Okay. Yep.
And apart from that,
Yeah.
and once you work on that,
We've got,
the shirt's got to look after it, but people need to sit and talk what colour schemes you want to work with.
Because we used to have what they used to call innies and outies.
Yeah.
So, we could still do a couple of variations like that too.
Well, you need in and out, yep.
Yeah.
They probably need to be more white because if they go onto teaching, they won't show through the teaching.
Yeah.
We got from the poll that we put out, we got a lot of response for metal grill badges as well. And that's always something that a fantastic keepsake.
The stainless steel enamel ones that we had
Sorry?
The stainless steel enamel ones that we used to have, they were on stainless steel, so they'll last forever.
Yeah. Yep.
Or these days, ones with the multicolour are actually a soft enamel, they call it. So it's still metal, but it's a soft enamel, so it can be stamped. And then the computer puts all the colorations on it.
So just in the room, are there any suggestions about other things? Because on the poll we've got comments about coffee cups, travel mugs, things like that. Lapel badges, little club lapel badge.
Like these.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that?
Yeah.
Like that.
Like exactly that. Yes. Yeah. So they're always a fantastic thing. We're going to add to the club regalia with teardrop flags, marquees, all that sort of stuff with the new logos as well.
Harry, Belinda's made some suggestions, but she's too frightened to put her hand up. She said number plate surrounds, umbrellas and picnic rugs.
Picnic what?
Picnic rugs.
Picnic rug.
Umbrellas.
Number plates surround.
Number plates surround.
Fantastic. Thank you, Belinda. The beautiful Belinda. Thank you. Yes. Anyone else? No, it's 8 o'clock and we've got to keep going. We made a booking down at the local Monia hotel for dinner. If anyone wants to join us after this.
Just on that, can I see a show of hands who doesn't have their hands? Because I've just calculated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. Right.
Okay. All right. Well,
Getting back to merchandise, one thing I would suggest, which was very popular, is another lot of wine glasses.
yes.
Because the ones we did beforehand that run were really, really well received.
Yeah.
So they are, they are collector's items now, but we can even look at doing another run, not straight up front, but definitely
Great.
wine glass.
If you put that on the list.
Well,
Okay.
Along with the wine glasses, you can do
Coasters.
stamped metal coasters,
Yep.
or you can do them printed with the club logo. Mm-hmm. They're only $1.50 each.
Right.
Right.
Oh, the metal ones.
The middle
they're
one's
nice.
a bit more. You can keep that they've gone broke.
They have to.
I hope they paid their invoice.
But they're nice.
Yeah.
They're always nice.
You know, I had a fancy one.
the-
Anyway,
Go with the wine
it's
glasses
heaps of ideas.
I said wine glass and coasters.
and coasters.
Metal.
Okay, look, Alex, thank you very much for that. Specifically, the shirt you're wearing just looks fantastic. You know, that colour scheme and everything. Does everyone think that that's a good combination of colours? Yeah.
We either need a bigger shirt or a smaller body, so... Okay,
all right.
Good, thank you.
Fantastic.
The only thing I would sort of say, like, have you a bit more BMW on the shirt?
Absolutely.
You know, sort of have something on the side, so it's rather just one.
I've got the new roundel all set up to go on colour or on white.
Yeah, the little ones
But
do.
we need permission to use it, do we? Or not?
The rondelle.
Yeah.
That we can work that out. Whether we can actually use the rondelle.
We can.
We can now.
We can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's set up at 50 mil wide.
Right.
Oh, that'd be good.
And as sorry, Brian.
I might have missed something in there, but did hats come up?
The caps, hats.
Either caps or beanies?
Well, we did have a lot of response for caps specifically, and one request for a bucket hat.
I was about to say bucket hats are becoming. No, they're becoming quite popular. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing our company, our corporate stuff, and all of the guys want bucket hats, you know, and they do. They're really quite nice. Yep.
Bucket hats.
Yep.
Bucket hats, yes.
And a visor.
I was going to say the other thing, Alex gave me a lady's visor, which is great because you have the actual brim, but it goes around and it doesn't mess your hair up. So, you know.
Okay, all right. Boy.
Most important.
Speaking of stores, our management system that we use, Wild Apricot, does have a function built into it for having an online store. So I think that might be a very great entree into this whole merchandise thing, is to set up this online store so everyone can go on there, browse, order, and try and make it a little less onerous for everyone to actually process this whole thing. So that's a part of this whole project. So again, Alex, thank you very much. That's really, really exciting. Great. Okay, let's just scoot through the rest. Correspondence, there's a post office box renewal bill here, Leanne.
Yes.
If you can look after that for us. That was just a bit of promotion. And that was the self-assessment thing from the ATO.
Right.
Which you filled out for us anyway, so you probably that's already there.
Yep.
Delegates report quickly. New logo artwork has obviously arrived from CCA. It's all done. They did make mention that it's totally acceptable for us to still use the old logos. So, you know, wearing your old shirts and all that sort of stuff is fine, but all of our new stuff obviously has to comply with the new logos.
I suggest when people got the old shirt, because I'm going to, I'll put the new logo
on the other side.
On the other side. If they want it as a cost, it might be $10 to get these shirts embroidered.
Yeah, okay.
And it'll freshen the old stuff up.
Delegates, every year there's an annual delegates meeting, All Clubs Australia. It was cancelled last year because of COVID. It may be happening again in May this year, but that's still in doubt. So, general business. Club Gold Coast is having an event at the Boat Works at Tony Longhurst's facility down there on the 20th of March, and have invited, they haven't got a good response from their club, so they've invited us to come along to fill out the numbers. So that's just on our website as an event. I've sent it out to everyone.
Sorry, Gary, who's running that?
That's Club Gold Coast. Yep. It's just an early morning coffee thing, and a look at the cars. It's on the 20th of March, at 8:15. Also, we've been invited to the Wrap Art Open Day at Murarrie on Sunday the 28th of March. Coffee, breakfast, look at cars, look at their stuff. Brendan Cook, member from Toowoomba, who builds up race cars, BMW cars and things, has asked if he can use a new club logo on his race car. I don't see any issue with that. Also, Greg Wilson has put his hand up and has created a number of magnetic door stickers for cars that he is able to have manufactured. Have you got those?
Yes, he's got some there.
Just for the track day people to say if you have a stick mask and tape on the cars if you like. Yeah, that's what they look like.
You find you probably still want to put tape on them, they tend to blow off sometimes.
200, done it.
Yeah. Depends where they put it.
Yeah, it does depend. If you sit it over a crease on the door, they don't stick quite so well. So.
No. Vic Crennan also said to send the address for the trailer to his place.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Thanks, Vic.
Yep. G'day, Vic. Thanks very much.
I was
Love
going
your
to
work.
ask him, but wasn't going to put him on the spot.
Yep. Yes. So, Greg, those door stickers.
I've got a post on the BMW Motorsport page. I can share it to the general club page if you like.
Yeah. Well, I found it and I'll repost it. So what you've got, say, $21 or something plus
Cost price, yeah. I'm not interested in making any money. I was just going to order it just.
What I need is if anybody's asking for permanent numbers, they need to consult me first.
Make sure that they're not going to get somebody else.
Okay. Thank you. RACQ Motorfest is on again this year. It was cancelled last year, but change of location to the Brisbane Showgrounds. We have been invited to participate again, but limited this time to 25 cars, as opposed to, I think it was 40 last time at the racecourse. I've sent a request back to them to just see what the location might be, making sure that it's on sealed surface and whatever, but we'll find out what happens there. Okay, that's about it. Has anyone else got anything?
Right, we're booked down if anybody doesn't know, it's just down the street, the Monia Hotel. That's right.
Down left.
That's right.
Go out and turn left.
Out the gate,
No.
turn left.
You have to go that way anyway.
It's about a kilometre.
Yeah, if that, you can't turn right now anyway, so just make sure that you do turn left. There's no right turn.
Okay, thank you very much everyone for coming along. See you on the road, at an event or somewhere. Be kind to each other. And thank you for the new members for coming along. And Club Mini. Perfect.